Well guys, if I'm being completely honest, I'm not too excited about what we had to do today. You see, it wasn't too long ago when you guys might recall when we did the inventory hauls, and in every single one of them we would be picking up cordless phones. Now these were kind of all the rage for us. I mean, they were a new thing that we had discovered that we were able to sell on eBay for usually between $30 and $40 for either 1 to 3 in terms of a set. They were doing very well for us and we were making some good money on them. But more recently we found that the sales have been kind of slowing on them, and we're not sure if that's because we just haven't been listing as many of them or maybe the demand for them is actually decreasing. Now with that all being said, we've actually stopped buying them for now because we just don't see the same value in them now as we did originally when we were buying them. However, as part of our goal of trying to clear out all of our death pile and all of our inventory that's been sitting, we actually have a whole bunch of phones that are still here that were never listed. And so that's kind of why I'm not too excited about today's video, because I want to go through and get those guys all listed. We'll see if maybe there's still some money to be made in cordless phones, or if this is really something that the demand is falling off a cliff for. Now you might say, oh, it can't be too bad, right? What do you just have a few extra sets lying around that you had to list and should just take 5 minutes or something? No, how about an entire IKEA bag full to the brim of cordless phones, plus another box full of some. There's like every type of cordless phone that you could imagine here. Some of them are in bags, some of them are just loose in here, and I had to figure out what goes with what. So we're gonna try to lay them all out on the desk here, go through them all, make sure they're tested and working, and list them on eBay, and hopefully we'll be able to get some money for them. We're gonna try to underprice the market, move them out of here, and then again, we'll reevaluate at the end if these are even worth selling anymore. But first, before we can do any of that, I actually have a huge pile of some PC games that I wanted to lot up. You guys might be wondering how the last lot did, where we sold off all of our non-working video games. The lot did sell, and it sold for $39 plus shipping on top. Now, we made a little bit of money on shipping, which was good as well, and we kind of accounted for that. So realistically, we probably walked away with about $50 from that lot, which for 130 games comes out to, I believe, like 20 something cents an item, but not too bad for non-working games. I mean, some of them they definitely got the value of the cases for, but hey, we'll take it. So following that up, we've got this big pile of PC games that we no longer want and we don't want to deal with. So I've got some here and I've got a few more that I'm going to pull down, and we're going to go ahead and lot these guys all up, as I just don't have a PC to test them with. A lot of them have codes and things that have been used, so we're just going to list them all together. And to be honest, we don't even buy PC games. These just come as extras in a lot of the video game lots that we buy, and we've just sort of collected them over the last year. So we're going to go ahead and lot them all together and put them on a $0 or $1 auction, I should say, and see what we get for them. I've got them all lined up here nicely for a photograph. We're not going to do too much here. We're just going to kind of get a few pictures of what's here and kind of explain. I did check. They all seem to have their discs, so that's good. So yeah, we're just going to write kind of as is condition, and maybe there is some value here. I did look up The Witcher 2 because I thought that one may have had some value, but I think there were only a couple sold for like 15, 20 bucks. And some people might say, why not sell them? But realistically, those had free shipping. That means that if we're going to pay like $12, $15 for shipping, we're making like $5. It's easier just to sell them all like this, especially since they're not something that we normally deal with and can't test. So I'm just going to go ahead and take a picture of all of these like so. We'll get them listed up on eBay, and then we can start on the phones. So I've got some of the phones out now from the Lou bag, and I've probably spent about the last 20 minutes just going through and organizing them all, getting them with the right sets and getting all the tape and all these guys wrapped up in elastic. So I've got all that done now. So now it's time to actually go ahead and start testing these sets before we can go ahead and list them on eBay. But this should be pretty simple. There's 4 sets right here, and then there's a couple more still in the bag. Okay, I've just finished testing all of the phones, and somehow they actually all work, which was amazing. So that's really good. I'm gonna go ahead and now take some pictures of them and get these guys drafted on eBay. I've just pulled out another set here. The rest of them have all been drafted, so I'm gonna go ahead and draft these guys up. And finally, guys, I have this set here, which I'm gonna go ahead and get drafted right now. And so with these 2 lots, guys, that's actually all of the cordless phones that we had here. These ones tested and listed just fine. So it's off to Airval now, where he's gonna go ahead and list them, but that's all those guys. Okay, so I want to take a quick break and share with you guys some of the sales that we made, and these are all the ones I need to pack today. There's not too many, but oddly enough, I think for the first time ever, we maybe even have more DVDs than video games going out, which is an odd one for sure, mind you, nowhere near the same in value, but very interesting to see there for sure. We've been selling quite a few of these recently, and in fact, we've actually sold a whole bunch of stuff. We'll get into this a little bit later, but I missed a couple, showing what sold last week, so I'm going to catch up with you guys here in a second. But first of all, let's see what sold today. First of all, we have this Ford Bronco truck, or I guess it's a model car here. And then next up, we sold this copy of Gravity Rush for the PS Vita, and it's not focusing there, but this was quite a valuable one. I think we got 45 bucks for it. We had just listed it recently, so that was an exciting sale. And then, as you can see, quite a few video games here at the bottom, and then quite a few movies at the top. So nothing too bad there. I'm going to go ahead and get all this stuff packed up. Additionally, though, in the last week, we had a couple good runs of sales. Airval went ahead and picked them up for us. So I'm going to get future me to do a little voiceover for you guys. You guys can see what's sold there. Hey guys, future Commonlad here. This stuff is kind of from all throughout the week, but first up, we sold a nice group of little games here. I'm not going to throw up any pictures on the screen for this stuff because there's just too much. But here's another good day where we had a ton of games going out. And again, shout out to Airval for picking all this stuff and sending it all out. We had some nice media going out here, a couple CDs, some movies, which is always good to see. We also sold this Nintendo nunchuck, which wasn't too bad, a laptop with a couple more DVDs, a hard drive. Here's an Xbox 360 that was going out, a nice little PS2 bundle here as well. So a couple big things that sold as well. And then finally here, on the topic of phones, we did sell a VTech phone, which was nice. Okay guys, so initially I was making this video to say that I didn't think we were going to sell cordless phones anymore, that I thought the market was totally dead for them, that we've had some that have been listed for so long that haven't sold, and that we're going to get out of it. However, while I was doing the shipping and you guys were looking over what we sold over the last week, Airval went ahead and listed those phones up. And you will not believe it, but one of the phone sets just sold, and it sold for $140. I kid you not. I didn't say that wrong. I'll put it up right here, right now. There's the phone set that just sold. We're going to go ahead and ship it out right now. I'm baffled. I'm like in disbelief. I can't believe we've never sold a phone set for that much money ever. Unless it was like a business phone. So this is really interesting to have a cordless phone that sell for that much. I didn't know it was worth that much, but keep an eye out for that model number. That's nuts. So let's go ahead and pack that guy up now. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. Maybe cordless phones are still where some of the money's at. So guys, here's the set that just sold for $140. There's nothing that would suggest that it's worth that, but apparently it is. Maybe it's like a rare unit or something. Or it does something special. I have no idea. These aren't even in the best of shape. I'm going to give them a little bit of a clean before they go out, like a little bit more. I already did clean them, but not very well. So I'm going to clean them up a little bit more. I'm going to bubble wrap everything just so nothing gets damaged because it's such a big sale all of a sudden. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and ship these guys out, but that's crazy. Okay guys, well, it's a little bit later in the day now. Everything has now been to the post office, and unfortunately I'm actually out of time for today. So I'm going to wrap up today's video here, a nice quick one, but with a very valuable lesson, which is maybe not to underestimate all the items that you're picking up, and that I think for the phones, it was actually our fault. We maybe just weren't listing them consistently enough. And there's proof that there's definitely some value in them, or maybe we just have to be a little bit more thorough when we're sourcing them, find the ones that are really worth the money. But I'm very happy with that sale, and I'm very happy with the phones that we got listed. Hopefully those ones will sell soon as well, and we'll be able to make some more good money on this. Still going to wait on buying any more, but I think for now we've got a good amount up, and we'll see if they sell. I'll continue to buy them. So very excited about the progress that we made today here. Hopefully you guys were able to enjoy this video and find some value in it. If you did, be sure to go below and smash the like button on it. Leave any comments, questions, anything like that down below. And subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'll see you guys all in the next video.